Hey guys, a quick car share message as I drive to my office because I wanted to really share something that came up, and I think it will come up today in the conversation with Dr. Christian Northrop, who's going to be on my podcast. Again, I'm so excited. She's wonderful and so grateful that she has accepted to come back. This is the third time. We always have good convos. But something that came up that really made me want to share is, as we are healing through something, through a episode, through a situation, through whatever it is, in personal life, work, whatever it is it okay to share on a public platform if we are deciding to do so? Now, this actually was prompted by a question by a client. We had a session and she said, I listened to your podcast and there's so much personal things out to the people in your life. Take it, and do you think like you're exposing yourself when you share? And I said, well, there are so many things here that I like to actually bring. I love the question, very good question. I also want to bring forward these things because I think they will help you as it will help many other women. The first thing is, when we don't share, it's oftentimes because we are ashamed of sharing, because we're not perfect, we're not behaving, in this image that we have portrayed or we want to portray, and we are afraid of getting judged. And the truth is, guys, we will get judged. Somebody will always have something to say. Why does that happen? Well, normally people judge when they don't have the vessel to hold the light, right? So they will have opinions that they feel they have to share, even if their opinion is actually not helpful or consequential to the situation or the conversation. Is more an opinion to share, to talk, right? It's like when somebody really likes the sound of their voice, and we all do it. And it just takes a moment to go back and be like, oh, I should share. Then we have, that's one thing. The other thing is, we don't share just to hear our voice. Otherwise, we're not giving anything. We're taking a space. We are basically using the platform that we have to just talk because we can. And so that's not going to really be helpful to anyone. And in that case, I think the people that are maybe the players, the actors in whatever situation you are going through will probably have the right to say, why are you sharing? Like, it's too personal. It should not be shared if you're not teaching anything. So I said to her that the way that I look at it is that I definitely need to practice more and more inwardness before. And actually, this podcast episode that I broadcasted last week, it was a long time in the making, so I did take a bit of time. But I also know that what I said was done with really a lot of compassion. Now, there are the players and the actors in that episode, like my family, that don't appreciate me sharing, and they actually told me off quite a few times. And I could have let that get to me, but I decided that because I know why I share certain things online, I won't let it get to me, because ultimately I'm doing it to really give, I don't want to say the license to others, but in a way, yeah, the permission to every woman who's going through something and feels like she cannot talk about it, to talk about it. We should never feel muzzled. Now, of course, there's a difference between talking about it and talking horrible things, speaking horrible things about other people and judging and you can sense that, even if you use the best beautiful words, versus understanding that everybody in that scenario did what they could potentially do, the best they could do, what the tools that they have. And yeah, they might have failed us or in general, and that's still okay, because ultimately everybody should have learned a lesson from it. Normally the people that will be here talking about lesson learned and being inspirational and giving that platform to speak about it are the ones that learn the lessons. And I'm not saying you learned 100% of the lessons. You will probably still learn many, as I am, but we are sharing to help, and that is a massive difference versus just speaking evil of the people and the situations and so on. So those things are very important, and I think that's the difference. So if you have gone through something and you want to talk about it, don't let anyone tell you you shouldn't. Like, that old saying, families, the dirty laundry is never put outside. But like dirty laundry sometimes can show you what stains you don't want to have, quite honestly. And so it's okay. And it tell you also what detergent to use to get rid of that stain. That's another really good analogy to actually think about. That's the way I look at it. This is the way I think about processing, sharing, being open. It's truly that. So I hope this was helpful, and if you've gone through something like this and you want to share, or you've been talking about this is probably something that will resonate so many of you, because every time I share something that there's a little topic that a lot of people are talking about at the same time. It's like universal alignment. So please do share, do tell, do open your heart to all in all, because I feel like it makes life incredibly powerful. All right, guys, see you soon. Bye.